What's up, everybody? It's Chastin J.miles, and in this video I want to take you through how I closed 100 homes a year after year. I'm going to break down the exact strategy, the formulas. I'm going to break everything down. If you're at that point in your business where maybe you've hit a plateau, you're selling 20, 30 homes a year, you're maxed out, you don't know what else to do to hit that next threshold, this is going to be extremely beneficial for you. I'm not going to lie, selling 100 homes is not easy, and I'm a big believer in leveraging because I want to be able to have a life. I want to be able to have time. So it's not something that I encourage you to do by yourself. We'll get into team building. We'll get into assistance, things like that to help you reach this goal. This is for agents who have been selling real estate. You know how to sell real estate. You just need to know how to get to that next level. That's what I'm going to break down with you here today. This is exactly what I had to do to sell over 100 homes year after year. What I had to do in order to sell 100 homes a year, I had to break it down into 6 pillars. I think that was the best way that I could get all the information to you. These 6 pillars, and I'm going to go through each one of them. It's going to start with the foundation. After the foundation, we go to lead capture. From lead capture, there is nurture, then there is closing, then back office, and lastly, the referral system. These are the 5 pillars: foundation, lead capture, nurture your leads, closing the leads, back office, and referral system. Let's hop into the first one, which is the foundation. I've talked about foundation a lot, and it's important to have a solid foundation. First thing when it comes to foundation is going to be your tracking numbers. Tracking numbers is not just how many deals you close. There's actually 2 sides of it. There is the money side of things, and then there is the business side of things. The money and the business. When it comes to the money, how you want to track that money is 2 ways. There's the revenue tracker, and on this revenue tracker, you are setting projections for what you need to close each month in order to hit your sales goals. This is broken down month by month. You could think of this as 12 different columns on a spreadsheet. A few things that you're going to be tracking is number of closed transactions, number of pending transactions, revenue of closed, and then revenue of pending. When you have these 4 things that you are tracking, now you're able to set projections of what you're looking at for the end of the year. In order to do these projections, you have to account for seasonality. What that is, it's when the market is higher or when the market's lower, or sales are higher and sales are lower. Seasonality can be something like, in January, I need to close 2 deals. In February, 3. In March, 5. April, 5. May, 6. Then the summer months typically are a lot higher. We are accounting for seasonality when we are setting these projections and setting these goals. That's the revenue tracker. The second tracker that you're going to be doing on the financial side is your profit and loss, P&L. This is the money coming in and the money going out. On this P&L, you need to know exactly how much money you are making. This P&L breaks down into 2 sides. There's the expenses, and then there is the income. And the simple formula for this is take your income from all the deals, add all those up, and you're going to minus your expenses, all your expenses added up, and that's going to give you your profit or your loss. Loss is going to be negative, profit is positive. The important thing with the P&L is you have to do it month over month, meaning your January, February, March, April, May, you get it, all the months. This profit and loss is going to change each one of those months. Let's just say you had a profit of $1,000 in January. In February, you had a loss of $2,000. In March, you had a loss of $3,000. Now, in April, what April is going to show you is that you are negative $4,000. That's what April is going to show. Let's say in May, you made a profit of $10,000. Now, your June is going to show you are $6,000 in the green or profitable for the year. This profit and loss goes month over month over month. And those are the two financial trackers. Now, on the other side, we have the business tracking. On the business tracking, this is your daily tracking. When we think of numbers, this is what we are talking about on the daily tracking. The way that we do it, we have something called the Success Journal, and that's how we track our numbers daily. What we're tracking is number of calls made. We're tracking number of calls connected. We're tracking number of appointments set. We're tracking number of appointments attended. We are tracking number of new clients, number of new connections. We're tracking number of gifts sent. And this can be cards also. I'll just put cards. And then number of events attended, number of hours prospected, and then number of closings. We're tracking all of these on that success journal, and what we do is at the end of the week, we add all of those up, and that gives us a clear indication of our weekly activities. When you do this correctly, there is a good correlation between your weekly activities and the amount of income you're having. It's kind of one of those things where if your percentage of weekly activities is not growing week over week and it's going down, you can count on your money going down too. That's how we lay the foundation when it comes to tracking. In addition to the tracking of numbers and money, another part of the foundation is the time blocking. And this time blocking correlates directly to the success journal. When we do time blocking, we have a color system. We have green time, we have yellow, purple, blue, and red. The green time, those are the money producing activities. Money is a direct result of that. This is going to include your prospecting. This is going to include going on appointments, making calls, all that kind of stuff that you can make money from pretty quickly. Yellow, those are the things that money, you're going to make money. It's not that direct result. Your marketing, your social media, your coaching, things like that, that's yellow time. Purple time, this is the stuff that's costing you money. And what we want to do with the purple time is we want to delegate that to an assistant. And this is a person there. We want to delegate the purple activities to an assistant. This is going to be your contract to close, all the paperwork, all those emails, mailers, all that kind of stuff. We want to delegate. Now, blue is personal. These are your personal errands, like things that you have to do for yourself or your family. They're not really related to the business. And then red, that's the stuff you need to cut out. This is the stuff that you shouldn't be doing. It's a total waste of your time, and you just need to cut it out. All the realtor events and parties and all that kind of stuff that's not making you any money or bringing you any value, you want to cut it out. Every single week, we do this time blocked calendar. We can actually see these colors and see what does our calendar look like. Does our calendar look more green? Does it look more blue, red? Again, this is a direct correlation to your money. What does that calendar look like? It's important to do this week after week because that's how you can better predict your money. We have the time blocking, which feeds into the success journal, which feeds into the revenue tracker, which feeds into the profit and loss. It's a big circle, right? They all work together, which is why we call this the foundation, because they all go together and it's important that all of them are included. The next pillar is the lead capture pillar. With lead capture, and everyone knows that lead capture is extremely important, we break this down into a few different areas. First, it starts with installing systems for your lead generation. You have to have the right systems for your lead generation. And the first one, this is going to be your CRM. You need a lead generating CRM. A few of them that I use and recommend are KV Core. That's a good one. Chime, Follow Up Boss. You need this CRM because as you are generating leads, you want to make sure that they are captured the right way, that they're followed up with the right way, and that you can stay on top of them. Something your CRM should allow you to do is it needs to be very easy for mailing, the actual postal mail, and then the email. Texting is a big one. SMS messages, and if it can do multimedia messages like videos and pictures, that's even better. If you don't have these, you got to reconsider. What we're able to do is leverage this CRM to do a lot of work for us. It's pretty much everything is automated when it comes to follow-up. And this is mostly for those people who aren't ready to go. And what's not automated is the reminders. Well, the reminders are automated. You as the agent have to pay attention to your CRM, meaning logging in there every day to see what activities you have to do, who you have to follow up with, who's next. How do we generate leads? When it comes to the leads, I'm going to give you 3 lead generation sources. The first one, we'll call this the number 1 box. This is going to be those warm to hot leads. When you get a lead from these people, you can almost guarantee that it's going to lead to a closing. Those are going to be your personal friends, your current clients, your past clients, your referral partners, and your business connections. Number 2 lead sources are the FSBOs, expireds, the tenants who are currently leasing. We call those 60-day tenants. And what we do with these is we send them a letter 60 days before their lease ends, is set to end, and we encourage them to buy. And if they don't want to buy, we can help them find another rental. 9 times out of 10, we're targeting higher end tenants that it would make sense for them to transition from an apartment to a house. In addition to those, we have community events, and then we have seminars. All right, and then number 3 for your lead sources, it's going to be marketing, ads, social media, and then any lists that you've purchased or acquired. This can be like probate lists, tax lien lists, foreclosure, pre-foreclosure lists, things like that. That's the number 3 box. When it comes to the leads, though, you have to put them through a qualification system. This absolutely must be implemented if you're going to close 100 deals plus a year. You have to have a qualification system. This qualification system consists of 2 parts. There is an intake form, then there is an appointment. You can kind of think of it as like going to the doctor. If you go to the doctor, they're going to have you fill out some paperwork and then you get to see the doctor. That's the same thing this intake form is. This is the paperwork where you're gathering all the info about their current situation, what they're looking for, how they got your information, things like that. And then you have to set them up for an appointment. Now we have a rule for this. Everyone must have an appointment. Everyone, buyers, sellers, and people looking to rent. This is important, and you're going to see this in the 3rd pillar. This is very important to get that connection going. Everyone has to have an appointment. Now, based on how this qualification system goes, we are giving each lead a certain type. We have the A leads, B leads, and C leads. A leads, these are people who were referred with value. They are willing to follow your process, and they are able to complete a transaction. Now, a B lead is someone who's missing one of those above. They're missing one of these, and a C lead is missing 2 or more above. How we can decide whether it's an A, B, C lead, first off, are they referred with value? We take a look at where are they coming from. These are your value lead sources. The personal friends, current clients, past clients, referral partners, and business people, these are your value lead sources. Now, for number 2, are they willing to follow your process? Well, That's where the appointment comes in. Since an appointment is required and everyone must do it, if they tell us no, then we can kind of see that they're not willing to follow the process. And then are they able to complete a transaction? That's where the intake form comes in. When you're getting in leads from these places or these places, it makes that intake form super important to know if this person is even able to complete a real estate transaction. We have the foundation so far, and then we have the leads so far. The next pillar, number 3, is nurture. You're getting in leads, now you got to nurture them. And there's a few area of nurtures that we do. The first one is building the relationship. Relationships are super important. This is what gives that attachment to you. Think about this, and I did a video about this when you get ghosted by leads. The reason why you getting ghosted is because there's no attachment. We build a relationship with them in order to have that attachment, to have that loyalty. They won't work with anybody else, even if they're not ready right now. And how we start by doing that is every prospect, and I said this before, gets an appointment. You can think of this as a consultation. It doesn't have to be a full-on listing appointment or buyer appointment. It can just be a consultation to see where they're at, what their thoughts are. Next, we nurture them through showing them evidence of success. What evidence of success is, this is a type of marketing. However, we are showing them the success of other people. This is why it's important for you to have already closed some clients. That way you can show and nurture your leads with the evidence of success from other people. This is going to break down to testimonials that people have given you. This is going to be review videos, which is something that you want to collect at closing for each property. Testimonials, you get them during the process. And then also recordings of action. What this is like when you are showing or you're having an open house, you're filming those moments. People can see that you are active in the business, and it's not all being said by you, because people are skeptical. Anybody can make up testimonials, anybody can make up reviews, which is why it's important to get this stuff from other people, because it goes much further. And then number 3 that we do with them is provide value. And you hear that thrown around a lot. Value, I want to provide value, value, value. People are commonly thinking about social media when they're thinking about providing value. The secret to this is to do targeted value. I'm going to try to draw, yeah, that's my targeted right there. Targeted value, meaning whatever your conversation was in your consultation, you are providing them value based on their needs, their situation, and their wants. Sending people properties is a form of value. Let's say somebody's working on their credit, providing value for their credit. If people need to do repairs, providing value for a home makeover. This value is specific to whatever you and that client talked about. Do not just do general campaign value, because that's the quickest way to get people to unsubscribe, and then they'll get annoyed, and that's not what you want. We provide value for that specific person. Another way you could provide value is through the events and seminars. This can look like your first-time homebuyer events, investment property events, credit events. This is a form of value that you are presenting to people. And all in all, this grows that attachment, because you are helping them significantly just by the value that you are providing them. The next pillar is closing leads. You've generated the leads, you've nurtured them, now it's on to closing them. And one skill that everyone needs as a real estate agent is sales skills. Now, just simple scripts is not going to give you the sales skills. Don't get into the habit of just memorizing scripts. You need to learn how to sell. And I'll come back to this. I want to talk about the 30-minute consultation, because I know that I've been talking about meeting with everybody. Let me break down that 30-minute consultation. This is the first initial talk that you're having with them. This will also feed into you selling better. It consists of 4 parts. The first part, ask questions. Number 2, identify their problem. This is super important. You have to figure out what their problem is. Number 3, close for an appointment. And number 4, get them to fall in love with. That's the 30-minute consultation. Now, this can be done over the phone or on Zoom, however you prefer to do it. This is all you're doing in that consultation. And this is what brings us to the sales part. As you get this information from the consultation, when it comes to selling, how you're going to do that is another 4 steps. You need to be able to relate to who they are, relate to their problem, or we can even say empathize for that. Number 3, explain how you can solve their problem. And number 4, discuss the next steps. You won't have all of this information or be able to do this if you don't do this consultation. And you want to be able to prepare. That's why you do this consultation ahead of time. And when they've given you this information, when you are at that actual listing appointment or that buyer appointment, you're just doing this. Like all the other stuff, such as the listing book or the buyer's guide, all that kind of stuff is extra. All that's extra. People want to know that you can understand who they are, relate to them. You understand their problem and you can relate to their problem. Maybe you've been through it before or you've helped someone who's been through it. You explain how you can solve their problem. And when you do this, they have to be trusting of you. They have to trust and believe that you can truly solve their problem. If they don't, then you're probably not going to get that business. Once they're confident that you can solve their problem, now discuss the next steps, aka your paperwork. Then you can get in this ad, get everything signed, and move forward with the process. And this has worked very well. The 5th pillar is going to be your back office. When it comes to the back office, this is what happens behind the scenes. This is the stuff that people don't typically see. However, your behind the scenes back office procedures can end up making you a lot of money because it's going to equal great customer service. And that's what you want. With the back office, everything begins and has an SOP. SOP is an acronym for Standard Operating Procedures, and it's basically the what to do when XXX, whatever happens. Thinking of SOPs, and I can just give you a few that I have that we give people, is when you get an appointment, what happens when you get a new client, when you take a listing, when you close on a property, your accounting, your social media, your marketing, and there's a lot of other ones that we have. This is what allows you to be scalable. Remember how I said hitting 100 homes a year isn't the easiest task, and you're going to want help or you're not going to have a life. Well, that's going to bring you to needing an assistant. To have an assistant, you have to have everything scalable, meaning it can't be all in your head. An easy way to create these SOPs, I like to use this website called Scribe. And what Scribe does is, as you are working on a computer or doing whatever, this is me trying to create a computer. Scribe is recording your screen, and when you finish, it will take everything you did and it'll create a kind of PDF book, and it'll have screenshots. It'll have the websites you went to, and you can edit them and add in any notes. Let's say that you are going to be bringing in an assistant. This is easy to pass on to them. They can simply just read this and follow the instructions. And when it comes to the assistants, I recommend everyone have an assistant. Even if you get one before you're ready, you can start off with a virtual assistant. Upwork, online jobs, .ph are great for virtual assistants, and you can get one for $4 an hour, probably even less than that, which goes a long way, especially if you're getting one in like the Philippines or those types of places, because I have a few VAs over there and I've always had them. They're paid a lot more, however, and they've told me that $4 goes a long way in their country. The reason why you want this assistant is what? Well, those purple activities that you have to do that are on your time block calendar, this now you start handing off, because as you're getting listings, there's going to be a lot of moving parts. There's dates, deadlines, things that have to be done, things that need to be signed. You can have this assistant, you can add in a transaction coordinator. You need someone to hand off these purple activities if you want to close more deals. It just makes sense. Now, the next starting place with the back office is going to be your business plan. When I say business plan, most people just automatically think of how many deals do I want to close to make X amount of dollars. That's not what the business plan is. The business plan starts with, what are your goals? Knowing what you are looking to accomplish in the next 12 months. All right. This can be anything. It can be a local presence, it could be social media, it could be expanding out into a team, different things like that. What are those goals for the next 12 months? Once we have those goals in the business plan, then we create tactics. This is how are we going to hit those goals? What are we going to do to hit those goals? From tactics, now come the dependencies. This is what's needed in order to do this tactic. For instance, if one of your tactics is to get a new CRM, well, what do you need? Well, you probably need money. All right. You probably need to research. All right. Those dependencies. From there, we have the measures of success. And this goes even back to the foundation. This parallels with the foundation part that we talked about. You have to be able to measure it. How will I know? How will you know when you've succeeded? How will you know when you can check the box on that? All right. After measures of success, then we put everything on a calendar. We put everything that we want to do on a calendar. Let's say you want to have a client appreciation event in November. You want to have a buyer seminar in March. You're putting them on the calendar. So as you are crafting your business plan and making your time blocked calendar and your schedule, you can now plan accordingly month by month on what you need to accomplish in order to hit your big goals. The reason why I say this isn't about the number of deals or how much money is because money's going to come. Money's going to come as long as you are doing these activities, and that's what we've always done. We do this business plan in October, and it starts January 1st, or we start measuring January 1st to December 31st. The business plan gets created in October. And since your business plan is created, that's going to come down to a weekly to-do list. The way that we manage the weekly to-do is by having a daily meeting. In the daily meeting, there is to-do items, and for each to-do item, we set a priority. It can be priority A, B, or C. Priority A is something that needs to get done before the end of the day. Priority B is within the next 48 hours, and priority C is before the end of the week. Every day as you're having this meeting, you're looking and seeing, hey, what do I need to do? What priority is it? And these to-dos are based off of your calendar. This is how you keep moving forward with the goals. This is how I was able to hit all the goals that I wanted to, because everything was broken down. Also in that daily meeting, and it's okay if you're solo, you can have this daily meeting with yourself. I started out just doing it with myself. You're going to go over your new deals, your problems, or as we call them in real estate, fires, your professional development, and then your goals. And this is more so a review. Where are we at? That way we can put this together. When we're looking at the goals, of course, it's the revenue tracker. It's also the success journal. It's your lead tracker, and it's your CRM for your marketing. The last pillar is the referral system. Notice I said system, not just a referral partner. A referral system is going to give you an endless supply of leads. And we create a referral system out of a few different things. For one, it starts with your CRM or your contacts, making them categorized, making sure you know who everyone is. Then we break that down and say, who are our past clients? Who are our referral partners? Who are our favorite people? Who are our current clients? And then who are just the leads, and they can be old leads or new leads. We break the CRM down and categorize it this way. And for these, we have certain themes and activities that we do. For instance, on Mondays, we are calling our favorite people. Tuesday, we are calling our current clients. Wednesday, we are calling our leads. Thursday, we are calling our past clients. And Friday, we are calling our referral partners. In addition to the calling, we are also doing monthly gifting. With those monthly gifts, we get gifts from Amazon or places like that, and we order in bulk. I have another video on the monthly gifting. We order in bulk, and it typically comes down to less than, I'd say, $3 per gift. And it's normally just really small, cute gifts that we'll put a little corny saying to. Like, for instance, in the summer, we'll send some barbecue seasoning, and the card in there will say something like, I'm your seasoned professional for all of your real estate deals. Just something cute like that. Another thing that we have is the Forever Fans program. And the Forever Fans program is really good because it brings in more business. It consists of a few things. A Forever Fans member is anyone who is a past client, buyer or seller. And what it includes is a housewarming party. It includes free moving boxes for life. We're giving them boxes anytime they're moving. Yeah, that was my attempt at a box that doesn't look that good. Free moving boxes. All right, let's try to make some art. We give them access to our office. What that looks like, it's if they need to use a desk or the conference rooms or the printer, we give them access to the office. And then we give them a yearly property report. We have events for them. We give them investment opportunities. As we get those investment lists, we'll give that to them. We give them our vendor list. And if they have a business, we can add their business to our vendor list. And we also do upgrade consultations. If someone is thinking of changing the floors or adding in something new in their home, and they want to know, is it going to help me when I go to sell, or is it going to hurt me? What will it do to the value? We will do that consult, and we'll also pair them up with someone who can get it done. Everyone gets membership, lifetime membership to our Forever Fans program. And then I know you heard I keep saying events. We do client appreciation events, and those are done twice a year. And at these events, we play this referral game where, well, for one, we always tell our clients to bring a friend. Always bring a friend. You can bring a friend or two, the more the merrier. We play this referral game where we give sheets of paper that look like, they're like the size of a postcard. And on each sheet, there is a bunch of lines. On one side, it has the name. The other side, it has the phone number. What we do is we start the clock for 2 minutes at the event. We start the clock for 2 minutes, and they have 2 minutes to write down as many people that they can who could potentially want to buy, sell, or lease within the next 12 months. It's really cool because everybody gets on their phones and starts looking up names and numbers, and then we make everybody stand up, and we start by saying, if you have more than one person, stay standing. Then if you have more than 3 people, if you have more than 5, if you have more than 10, and then we keep going up until there's only 3 people standing. Out of those 3 people standing, they win a gift card, and we give $100, $50, and then $25. And these gift cards are actually supplied by one of the vendors that we have at the event. It doesn't actually come out of the income, so we wouldn't take it off on the profit and loss. To make our referral system work, we get something called an All About You form filled out by everybody, our past clients and our referral partners. And the All About You form is just a form that asks a bunch of information about them, about their spouse, birthdays. It's asking their favorite foods, their favorite drinks, their hobbies. It's asking pretty much all the fun stuff about them. This is what allows us to deliver better experiences. And I say experiences because it's not always about gifts. It also asks them, do they have a CPA? Do they have a family attorney or an estate attorney? Do they have various insurances? We ask them these questions at the bottom because this feeds into our referral partners. When I said we have our referral partners sending us business, well, that happens because we send them business. When we find out that a client doesn't have a CPA or an estate attorney, financial planner, insurances, we feed that to different referral partners, and in exchange, they send us back business. We're providing them value, we're helping their business grow, and they help our business grow. We want our major lists, including the referral partner list, we want to have 50 people on there. And the agreement is we only want them to send us minimum one deal a year. You have these referral partners, you have your past clients, you have your favorite people, and your expectation is just one deal a year. That's what ends up multiplying, getting you all these clients and providing you with those A leads instead of those C leads. Since you are marketing, we talked about the lead generation before. Since you are marketing, you're gonna get leads from all those other places. You don't know if those are B leads, you don't know if those are C leads. However, the combination of the A leads plus the B leads plus those C's that end up completing a transaction, this gets you to 100 plus deals a year. And I do this year over year, and this keeps the business going. When you have good referral partners, everything can be paid for. Since we've perfected this now and really implemented it in there, I've been helping other agents to get it all done, implemented into their business. If you need help with that, you want to take a look at what it looks like for your business. If you're trying to get to that next level, click the link in this video and hit that thumbs up button if you found value in this. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.